there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pained to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man-child, which was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might flee into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. After the sounding of the 7th trumpet, the apocalypse proper begins. This will take place in 3 main phases, with a host of minor details which Dürer has for the most part omitted. First is the conflict between the heavenly prototypes of good and evil, foreshadowing and determining the course of the entire apocalyptic war. Good, as it shall manifest on earth, is the woman robed in the sun, who represents Israel in the sense of the elect, the righteous, and the early church. The sun, moon, and stars are primarily there to indicate she is a figure of cosmic importance. The child she bears, immediately carried up to heaven, is Jesus, whose entire earthly career was so brief, particularly in comparison with his anticipated eternal reign, that the entire interval between his birth and death counts as but a moment. The dragon, the archetype of evil, will take earthly form as Israel's enemy Rome. The 7 heads are 7 successive rulers, counting from the first emperor, which is why they are crowned, and the 10 horns are subordinated kingdoms whose resources are at the service of Rome. All the numbers in this book are used poetically rather than precisely. The small numbers are chosen for their magical resonance, and the large ones mean merely a very great amount. The dragon's tail sweeps stars from the sky to indicate cosmic disturbance. A contrast is made here with the woman around whom all the celestial luminaries find their proper place. When we recall that the audience of this book had an astrological rather than an astronomical understanding of the stars, we easily see the dragon's action as Rome's unlawful disruption of the just course of history. The woman flees the dragon for the desert, as did the 7 churches John addresses at the beginning of this book, Judeo-Christians in exile after Rome's brutal suppression of the Jewish rebellion. Dürer devotes an entire illustration to one iconic episode of this first part of the story, the defeat of the dragon by the archangel Michael, who is here shown thrusting a long spear with both hands into the dragon's chest. The angels have the ecstatic, battle-tranced expressions of berserkers, while the devils have grotesquely comic features that make them seem less visionary than hallucinatory. Returning to the prior picture, Dürer has alluded to a consequence of the dragon's defeat. Cast down to earth, he makes a last attempt to destroy the woman by spewing a river after her. This is immediately turned by earth into a calm stream, as the woman looks heavenwards in serene unconcern. The river, which opposes the heavenly Israel's escape, is, like the lamb symbolism, another allusion to the Exodus story, which the author uses throughout the book as the template for Israel's political tribulations.